Excellent.
Brilliant.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Welcome to episode 16. Oh, excellent. Oh, bugger. Yeah, sorry about that. We're normally quite good with that, so apologies for the echo there. But good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 16.
16.
Episode.
Wow.
This is number 16 of the Reseller Chinwag.
The one thing that we can keep up to
It's
date
the one
with.
thing that we can do regularly. So hello everyone. We've already got 13 people in here, 20 people.
Wow.
We've got Amanda in the chat, Stephen Moore, Lisa Smith, Darren Smart's in here as well, Southwest Sellers, Phoebe Fin Fashion Plus is here as well. So hi guys, Malinky, David McGregor has made an early appearance today as well. Daydream Kara, here we go. Let's have a look. Nick has joined, Orchard Girl as well has joined, Kath has joined as well. Danny Thistleton, Jason, Stephen Moore, Nigel, hello Nigel, Fabian, Maximus Prophet, Andrea, Mike, Paul, P. God, so many people. Hello to everybody. Richard Payne, Kim Kelly says hi as well. Rob Crossland, Living Life, Raz. Oh wow, we're killing it. Kim Kelly, did I say that? Nathan Percy as well. Wow, we've suddenly gone
did
from.
We miss Jason?
We didn't miss Jason. I said Jason. We went not 0 to 100, but we've gone 0 to 53 real quick.
You've been dying to get that one in.
That's like my Drake reference for the day. Not 0 to 100, but 0 to 52 real quick. Wes has joined. David Morse has joined as well. So hello everyone. Brilliant to see everyone popping in. What we wanted to talk about today, as you can see from the title, is we've just called it "It's Been a Tough Week." Carp Fishing has joined us as well. I'll just say hello. It's been a tough week, hasn't it? Sales wise, right? Like we
can say that
it's where Stephen Moore asked where the Thunder Tank has gone.
We've just had a bit of a tidy up behind
exactly.
there.
Chris Scotts is there as well. Zahir, did you say your best friend yet? Yes, we did. We just sold it. We've just sold our best friend. So it's been. We wanted to just talk about how the week's gone as usual. We are currently under, I think we've only just topped 500 and something, maybe close to 600 turnover. But for the week,
it's such a quiet week.
We've had just a bunch of sales just pop in.
Mainly
today. Today it's just this afternoon really. But it's been really quiet for the last few days. It has been a bit of a tough week, and what we wanted to kind of talk about was we love this chat, all right? We absolutely love it. We love doing this show, and we get so many amazing comments. We get so many fantastic comments from you guys in the live chat, and also in the comment section of the stream and the videos that we make about how we're fun to watch and etc. But sometimes we get really down, and I think this has been one of those weeks. And I shouldn't be smiling when I say it, because sometimes it's important to get it's important to get the truth of how bad it can be as well as how good it can be out.
I mean, we love doing the whole YouTube thing, but also we want to share the reality as well. So not just how
we're always smiling and happy, and because we've been quite reckless.
We have.
You quit a decent job,
I did.
And we just moved up the country, which isn't cheap.
You sound reckless. I'm not reckless.
You quit the job, not me.
No,
but I quit a job up here as well, so that's reckless. I just wanted to kind of put that out there, because it's it can be difficult, and we've taken on a lot in the last few months. With the move, with you coming on board full time.
We were even discussing it this week, and we were just saying, have we actually taken on too much? Sorry, I didn't realize
it's okay.
So So we were actually coming up and saying to each other, do you think we've taken off too much? Because not only have we done the move, but I've come on board with the business.
Correct.
We were kind of questioning ourselves.
Well, you can, and it's very easy. You can be going from quite a positive place, and if you have a few rocky days, it can knock you. I mean, we had this back in October where we had a really rough couple of weeks.
Like
but since that October, we've been okay, and then bam, again this week has been rocky, and that's how fickle. Maybe it's just because we're fickle, but but also it could just be it's a reality of reselling that you're only as good as your last day of sales. I mean, I remember when I used to work at Harrods in like the hi-fi section, etc. That was the mantra: you're only as good as your last day. Do you know what I mean? You can't say you're a good salesman if you've not sold anything today. But because you had a 10 grand day yesterday, you're good. You're not, because today you haven't done it. So it's always like important, I think, to put that out there, that we have really tough struggle weeks. It's been squeaky bum time, as I like to call it.
I hate it when you say that.
Why? If it is squeaky bum time, because you get all tense and it's like,
no, maybe you do.
I don't actually get a squeaky bum, but I call it squeaky bum time. Like when you're close to the bone, when you've got bills to pay, etc. You've got commitments, and the sales just aren't coming in as you expect. So I mean, we've gotten used to a certain number of sales coming in. That's the problem, I think, and that can really lull you into like a full sense of security. And you almost, for some reason, you almost think it's gonna just. You're almost going to get a certain minimum amount, and it's not always the case. I don't want to kind of get like too down, but I just wanted to put that out there, that it's been one of those weeks, and that's why we call it, it's been a tough week. So we've really been looking. For a moment we were like, oh, can we do the chat, because we're feeling a bit down, but today we were like, we need this chat. Because you guys cheer us up. Like this is always a buzz for us.
Definitely.
I mean, we buzz when we come on here because it's just so much fun. Let's have a look at the chat. We've got 73 people in here already. Bloody hell. That's amazing. Let's have a few other people are mentioning that they've had a few tough days of sales as well. David Morse isn't not having a great time with the sales at the moment either. Stephen Moore, we said that the Thunder Tank has just been moved. We did all those. Amanda says, Cart Fishing actually has a question. What percentage of the total turnover is profit, guys, currently? Do you track it? We used to track it per every month we used to know exactly. We stopped doing it just because it was a bit of a time sink to put in sales, but I did it for a long time, for a good few months, and we tend to be in the 50 to 60% profit after shipping, because we charge shipping anyway, but even after shipping, after fees and costs like that, we tend to be around that kind of a mark. So you really need to be doing a minimum of £100 a day to make like a basic wage. Luckily in work, I've never even come close to earning the national average wage. Not luckily, but I've never come close to it. Like the average national average is like 27 grand, isn't it? Yeah, I've never come close to that. Like I think the closest I've ever come to that working was about 20. So for us, going to reselling hasn't been that big a shock, has it? So depends where you're coming from as well, doesn't it? Give him a hug. FFS says David McGregor. Amanda says it's only natural, it's good that you have each other, so there's someone that gets it, but really tough. Completely. David Morse managed to do his first ever snipe on the SNES bundle. That's pretty good. Barry Francis says it might be quiet because people are feeling the pinch after Christmas.
Absolutely.
It's the week before payday. Super Trolley Dolly says, yay, I finally caught you guys live. Well, welcome. I'm glad you did. Retro Media Hunter says that there's always a dip in January as well. It's not smiles, it's wins, says Southwest Sellers. That's so great about you two, showing it all, says Orchard Girl. We just feel that when you come onto YouTube, you don't have a responsibility, because at the end of the day, you can be as irresponsible as you like. You can say what you like, and you can become like, you can still, say what you like. It's your channel, but sometimes you feel like you should, we feel like a small responsibility. I don't know if it's like a moral one, but show both sides.
Yeah.
Not just the ha, I'm making jokes about boobs or whatever. I don't know what I do, but I'm guessing that's one of the things. Lisa says, hands here a cup of Nescafe. You have a real reason to feel down. Brad says, don't forget Trump. We're not talking about politics on this chat at all. We've got 80 people watching. Question, do you plan to do some more auctions to get some stock moving? Asked David Morse. We do auctions.
We do run a couple of auctions.
Very small amount. Currently
not,
it's about like 1%.
Yeah, back in August we did about 10% of our.
Yeah, back in August we did.
Inventory, didn't we?
Yeah.
We don't do that now.
No, because it was too much.
We do a couple of bits and pieces.
It works out about 1% of our inventory.
It probably does.
It works out.
I think at the moment we've only got about 3.
No, we've got about 6 or 7. But it works out about 1% of our inventory. So we tried 10% back in August, and we had a really good day of sales. But then we found that we had this vacuum of like. We had a lot of packaging to do first of all, which we don't like to do.
Sucks.
Yeah, and then there was like a lot of good items have gone, and I just didn't like that feeling of it. I liked the money that it got, but I don't like to have to kind of just rush out and chase. I think it's nice to have quality items in your shop. It's like an insurance, isn't it, in a way? Only a
couple.
Yeah, exactly. Nick says, at least you guys have us bunch of reprobates to share the ups and downs with, says Nick. Completely true. Definitely. Stephen says, change your address, Z, so Nick sends all his FBA to your house. Yes, that's a good idea. Fabian says, I think honestly builds a sense of community when we've had quiet times. Yeah, you do get that. I'm getting a lot of support in the chat. We really do appreciate it. Reseller Network says, I don't get why Rebecca quit a job and why you moved. Surely you could have carried out in London with Rebecca doing a job. You know what? That's a very good point, Reseller Network.
Yeah. Do you know what? I want to go on this. Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason why I ended up quitting my job, I used to do crazy hours. I wasn't spending time with the children, and
it was a good job though, wasn't it? You were going to end up being practice manager for.
Yeah, and it was just.
Yeah.
It was. I looked at it and I decided that that's not where I wanted to go with my life.
It was a long hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. The thing is, obviously, the bills were sorted, everything was sorted.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
we have, in a way, made ourselves a bit more stressed out by moving because we've lost that guaranteed income.
Yeah.
And what you're saying makes complete sense. Do you know what I mean? It really does. But we really started to hate London.
We did.
We got really fed up of London, but I do miss Morley's fried chicken so badly. I do. I love Morley's fried chicken, and I miss Morley's fried chicken. And I wish they'd open a Morley's fried chicken up here.
Is that the only thing you miss?
Apart from my family, Morley's fried chicken is the only thing I miss. The wings were so good. Oh, but anyway, I'm moving on. But good question, though.
It was a good question, and the reason why we moved up north, we were tired of London and wanted a change, wanted a bit more of a relaxed.
And we've got a much better quality of life. For a lot less. Like we're doing a lot less hours. We're bringing in less money, but we're living so much better. Oh wow,
I love the girls'
exactly. So there was a lot of other,
there was a lot of things that persuade us. It wasn't just a case of we were fed up with
we weren't just. You can't look at life just like a spreadsheet.
No.
There's more to it. You can't just look at profit loss and
it's
apply.
Not where we wanted to be. We didn't want to be in London anymore.
We've got this place is amazing. The area is amazing. The people. That's a whole another topic, but there is more to it than that. But that was a good question. Chris Scott says that 600 a week is in the longest month of the year is still good. Don't beat yourselves up. Really appreciate it. Just keep grinding the listing, says Chris.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of that.
We're grinding.
Well, no, the listing thing.
Grinding the listings.
I hear that word so much now, like grinding. It goes over my head. It's just like whatever.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
But yes. Fabian King says, so Alex Ferguson reference, squeaky bum time. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Razzo sell the bean machine. Good.
That was a good point, actually.
Good point. Yeah. Okay, I was going to actually list the coffee grinder, but it's been delayed.
You were getting around to cleaning today, weren't you?
And I found, okay, now this is, I don't want to get into coffee politics again, but I went to this really fancy coffee shop to pick up this grinder, and it's in Hebden Bridge, which is a really nice area as well, really nice high street. And obviously this coffee shop, which is charging people a lot of money for their coffee, they don't even do the basics. This grinder has had its burrs, the two burrs which spin, like there's a top burr which is fixed and there's bottom which spins, and it's the way it crushes the beans without heating them up that makes a commercial coffee grinder. Oh wow, okay. What happens actually is like these guys had never cleaned their grinder out.
No.
Never cleaned their grinder out. And
here we go.
Okay. And the oils from the coffee beans have literally gotten to the stage where you cannot remove the top burr. It is stuck like anything. I've actually had to go to the lengths of like buying a chemical which dissolves coffee grease so that I should be able to hopefully remove the top burr. But unless I can do that, that would severely diminish the resale value of the machine. Because otherwise you're saying because it's working beautifully, everything is mint, but if you can't remove the top burr, you can't clean the grinder out. Now you can't clean the burrs out. And if you're making coffee in a commercial premises, that's an issue. Obviously, these guys in Hebden Bridge, I'm not going to name the coffee shop, but I'm not going to go there. Unless they're selling more coffee stuff.
Well, I liked what you did along our high street. You had to check out the machines before you decided to go
I did. I actually went along the high street where we live and checking out the machines because I didn't want any like bean to cup rubbish.
Push button machines.
Exactly.
And he's found one, so he's really happy.
Yeah. Exactly. Reseller Network says, I understand that, but if your partner has a stable job, then you have to support them. That's the thing. I mean, Beck did have the stable job, and it was a really big question.
It was.
But
I mean, we didn't take the decision lightly, to be quite honest. We were discussing it for about a year before we even decided to do this move. So it wasn't something that we looked at lightly. We went in there and we were like, no, we're gonna do
you didn't. Your heart wasn't fully in it. If Beck's heart was fully in her job,
I mean, you said that to me so many times.
Are you sure?
And I just turned around and said, look, I've given everything to this job for the past year and a half. Well, actually, I've been there nearly 2 years, haven't I?
Yeah.
Is it about 2 years?
Over. It was over
that, wasn't it? Because I got the promotion a year into the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it was over that anyway.
Yeah.
But
anyway, but yeah, we've thought about it. And Reseller says, all I'll say is a ballsy move. Ballsy / reckless.
Crazy.
Crazy.
I'm
Dylan
crazy.
says he's been listening CDs all day. Kill me.
Oh, no.
Nigel says January, better known as pot noodle month for me. Oh God, Nigel, you've hit the nail on the head. It is definitely pot noodle month. We still manage though. You always manage to pull the rabbit out.
We still eat quite well.
Well, you can tell I eat very well. Too well. Richard says January is always slow after Christmas. Stay positive, guys. Car boot season starts in March. Exactly, we will do. Reseller Network says I average 1,000 a week on eBay, and that's not enough for me to live on now in the north, which is why I do another job. Yeah, exactly. Everyone has different expenses. There's. It's a good point, and 1,000 a week sounds a lot like Reseller Network says, but once you take tax, you take fees, you take shipping costs out, you take the odd returns you get, that a lot will eat into that.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're getting 50-60%, that's really good profit out of what you're doing.
Sounds like a lot to do in a week, but when you break it down,
you're only 50% profit. You're only really making £500 profit. Take away your tax for that.
And then obviously having to reinvest in more stock and to keep it going.
Exactly. Barry says it's the ups and downs of selling. Keep smiling. David Moore says I moved from Gatwick to Glasgow 2 years ago, which is awesome.
Wow.
Let's have a look. I live in Manchester. The cost of living in a nice area isn't cheap as you think compared to London. Very true. Reseller Network.
Actually,
Amanda says we rarely get jokes about boobsy. Too busy with the sniffing jokes. Well, I can always make more of an effort, Amanda. If
you could make it more varied, couldn't you?
I could. I mean, if you want to move to that side of jokes, I could think about it. But I'm not sure if I'm wired that way. I've always been more of a legs type person. Boobs, they're great. Okay, I'm getting a bit.
Can I just say, family, watch this?
Yes, enough of that. Okay, enough of that. Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Meg, yes, disregard what I just said. Carp Fishing says, question 2, Lol, truthfully, are you finding it hard to invest what you need to generate an income for 2 people? I know it can be hard, but you guys deserve so much. I love how honest you are about everything. It can be hard, but not that bad. Yeah.
What it is it's our first Christmas with both of us being involved.
Yeah.
So it was always going to be a tough one.
Exactly.
Especially when you don't prepare for it. Me and Zahir are probably the worst people for budgeting and
which doesn't help the situation at all.
Which doesn't help, but we're getting there. We're trying to make changes so that we're not in that position and that we
exactly
the business grows, because that's where we want it to go
and that's where the adaptation comes in as well. Like if you might like dealing in high-end electronics, or you might like dealing in jewelry, or you might like dealing in video games, but those things need money. Like video games are not a cheap thing to deal in. If you want to deal in video games to like a large amount, I mean, if any of you guys have been watching Ads' videos recently where he's doing snipes and he's buying these bundles of video games, the guy is having to pay up for them. We personally couldn't afford to buy those kinds of bundles. We need that £200-300 investment to kind of bring in a lot more inventory and a lot more margin than you're going to get with the video game. So it works differently, and everyone's needs are pretty different.
There's always the argument that you know, if you put that sort of money into it, how quickly are you going to turn it around? Because there's always that argument as well. Generally, some things are quicker to turn around than others.
Exactly. So. That's the way. Retro Media says, went to auction and thought had lost out on a huge Wii bundle, but actually my max was 45 absent bid, and then asked about it and reserve was 50. The guy said he could have it for that, so worth asking. Yeah, that's true. Gary says, Z, you telling me you don't miss the smelly traffic in London?
Do you know Gary, when we have to drive into is it Preston? Yeah, when we have to drive into Preston, we hate it, and it's nowhere near like London traffic. But we still hate it. We're so used to not having any traffic.
Exactly. We don't get traffic. It's so awesome. It's brilliant. Amanda says, people would have said I was crazy 4 years ago when I gave up a 36k job for self-employment, not reselling at the time. Maybe I was, but was following my dream and doing things that I enjoy more. Amanda,
I think that's it. Yeah. When it comes down to it, you look at what you want to get out of life.
Exactly. And Andrea backs that up and says quality of life is worth more than money.
Absolutely.
Completely. And Southwest Reseller says, get your coffee business up and running. I would love a coffee business. I think I would love one of those little vans, but with a proper machine, none of these bean to cup jobs. I mean, that will happen at some point, definitely, I'm sure. Amanda's talking about fried chicken. Tex has joined us. Hello, Tex. We're just trying to catch up now. We're gonna have Hixie has joined us as well. Hi, Hixie. Mohin Dean's in there as well. Lisa says, do not sell your grinder, Beck will kill you. There you go. Mohin Dean says it's easy to not be homeless if you're creative enough. That's very true. That's true. You should always have a backup plan.
Absolutely.
You should always have a backup plan. Reseller Network says here's coffee hour, new YouTube channel coming soon.
You never know.
Okay, let's have a look. Network says it's cool, guys. You're both young, so you have to chase your dreams now rather than 10 years from now. Young is stretching that, but thank you, we appreciate it. Fabian says, since boot fail season ended, I've been looting my local charity shops regularly. I now know what I can source from another stream and manage well. Bring on the boot sales. Very good point. Let's have a look. Get coffee rants. Do you drink a cup of coffee? Do you know what, guys? If I went into the coffee world of YouTube, I'm not sure I could handle it, because I'd get eaten alive, guys. There's some proper aficionados out there.
There really are. We were watching a couple the other day.
You should see some. Okay, people have gone to the extent now when they put up videos of them making a shot of coffee. People disable. I mean, we wouldn't do this, but people have disabled like their thumbs ups, downs, and comments, because some of the comments you can get when pulling a bad shot of espresso are brutal.
They are.
Like people, you think I'm serious? There's people out there that are like really serious.
Yes.
I mean, they're like espresso. I don't like using the term, so I'm not going to. But you know, when people say that you like, if you've ever watched Seinfeld, there was a soup Nazi. Oh, I've said it now. Yeah, but yeah, if there was an episode of Seinfeld called the Soup Nazi, and there's plenty of espresso Nazis out there, I tell you guys, and they are deadly serious. And they will cut me down. They'll probably. I'm not sure if my fragile psyche can handle that. So you know, I'm gonna.
we'll leave that there.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Coffee talk. Oh, there's a lot of coffee talk. The bean Nazi, says David Morse. I'm starting knitting those hats for Etsy, says Raz. Amazing comments. Wow, we've caught up just about. We've cheated a bit. I posted a pic on my Instagram, says Tex, of what? Of what? Oh, what have you had? Quite a surprise. I need to check. Like the topless coffee place we went to in Spokane. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty insane, actually. Yeah. So, if we had coffee shops like that over there, I think I would start drinking coffee. Says Jason Edwhistle. Yes, I mean, but yeah, so we just wanted to share that. It's been a tough week, but we are feeling good about it.
Yeah.
Today's perked up. You know, and again, this is where having a group of friends comes in, and a community.
To turn to.
Yeah. Oh, it is invaluable.
Yeah.
It is invaluable. Reseller Network says, smelled the coffee with Z-Bucks. Treasure Pirate has joined us. Like button smashed. By the way, Treasure Pirate, is it Heather?
Oh,
I think it's Heather. Treasure Pirate, we love your videos. Really good.
Yeah.
Really enjoy them. Fantastic. That's all I can say.
Absolutely enjoyed it. Your video the other day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's Heather, but Treasure Pirate's put out a couple of videos and they're really fun to watch. She's a lovely lady, and
she's got brilliant
eye for things. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Lisa says, Zahir, you always have us fellow reselling nut jobs. Exactly. Well, I want to show a couple of things as well that we picked up.
Well, so, you picked up today because I was working.
I picked up 3 pieces.
3 pieces.
Because that's what you call clothes. Okay. Right? I'm getting in with the lingo.
All right then.
Okay.
I'm not sure you call them pieces.
Isn't it a nice piece?
I think it's more of an American.
Can I call it a piece?
You can call it a piece if you want to call it a piece.
Well, this piece.
This piece.
Okay. I want to show this. I picked this up. This is awesome. Cool this is. I remember Soup saying, or Fake Rachel saying, if it's ugly, it will probably sell. And I saw this and I thought of those words. I thought, yeah, this is ugly, as they say in Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Mean Girls is a great movie, by the way, guys. If you haven't seen it, you've got to watch it. Whatever you think of Lindsay Lohan, ignore it. Watch Mean Girls. It's such a great movie. Okay, this is a Nick Faldo collection Pringles jumper. And that Treasure Pirate says that is fugly, will sell well. Question, why is Fake Rachel called Soup? I don't even know. David McGregor says it's so fetch. It is.
It is so fetch.
You can't make fetch happen though. You know that, David. You can't make fetch happen. Gretchen tried and she failed.
And our little daughter tries.
Our daughter tries to make fetch happen, and we tell her, yeah, you can't. Yeah. Bobby Billington says, put stag do golf weekend in your keywords.
Oh, okay.
Stag weekend in this, definitely. We paid £1.50. It was on a rail for £1.50,
they stuck it outside the
which was fantastic. I'm really happy with that. Now this piece. This piece.
This is a bit bright though, actually. I don't know if you're
going to see the green.
See the
how bright it's like neon green or something.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Now this was £1.50 on a rail outside.
Yeah.
It's just plain. It's a plain jumper top. But what's cool about it is, and again, I paid £1.50 for this. It was originally only a £5, which actually turns out.
Yeah.
You can't share. But it's actually a brand called 360 Cashmere.
The little label went.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's a brand called 360 Cashmere, and it's Stephen Moore says, "My eyes."
Yeah, it's really, so bright.
It's like it's luminous. It's like it's like neon green, like radioactive green, and lime green jumper. It is sick on a stick, definitely. As Reseller Network says. My eyes are bleeding. Snot coloured. Yeah, people are not loving this jumper, but it's 100%.
Yeah.
It's 100% cashmere.
I don't know if the label.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it's 100% cashmere, and it's very soft. It's lovely, and we've seen this brand fetch some good money. Buy it now.
But this is one that we might actually put at auction.
We might do, because we've seen a couple go higher.
They go higher at auction. Well,
some of them do. But I think that might be because they might be designers. But if we're going to start it at price, we'd be happy at anyway. So, but yeah, that's really awesome.
Yes.
Let's have a look. What else have we got? Snot coloured. Dress the cat up, put it on Z. Can you see it in the dark, Raz? I wouldn't be surprised if you could see it in the dark. It's gruesome, but the feel, like, it smells really nice. It smells really nice as well. See?
Oh yeah, it does actually. It's been washed.
Yeah, it's been washed. It's so soft as well. Like, it's cashmere. I don't even have cashmere. Yeah. But anyway, I'm really happy with that
one.
Yeah.
Was it another one? Did you want to show
the jacket as well? And finally, not as impressive, but it was again, it was on the £1.50 rail. David McGregor says live. It's just natural when you got. It's natural for me when
it's natural for you.
You put your hands down drains and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like you can't judge me.
Blocked.
Yeah, but okay, but anyway. So,
anyway. Unless you want to call someone out and get it fixed, I'd rather stick my hand down.
Here we go. It's Jasper Conran.
Yeah.
It's like a rain jacket. It's only £1.50, guys.
Yeah,
it's really good condition. Should do okay with that. So
that's good, wasn't it?
I happened to pick those up like on the way home, so I thought we'd share those. We're quite excited to get those listed. By the way, we've got 95 people in the chat, which is insane for a chat like this, which is absolutely insane.
Wow.
Flashers jackets, says Stephen.
Yeah.
I'm loving the Flasher Mac, Colombo. Trench coat, says Joe.
May not use flashers as a keyword.
Wait, why does Beck like sticking her hands down drains? That is super weird. She doesn't do it for no reason.
No, our drain was blocked this week and it kept like spilling out everywhere.
Yeah, leaves and stuff. Like we don't have leaves down south, so it's
but
like
I had to stick my hands down the drain to kind of get
the
leaves out.
Yeah, but she would just stick her hands down the drain. Like
I had gloves on.
Yeah, but you wouldn't mind if you didn't have gloves on either. You've put your hands in worse places, Beck.
We actually found like a little toy down there.
She gets in there as well. She's like reaching into the drain, like it's crazy.
I actually got a bruise on my arm from actually reaching down.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. Raz says FBI jacket. Rob says we love you both. Thank you. Inspector Gadget jacket as well. Now this is really awesome. The Reseller Network. How many items do you put on auction each week? It's a great way of having a constant stream of income. Although start it as a price you're happy to exist.
Yeah, we do that. I mean, I think.
Mrs. Smith says TMI. TMI.
What was it about the training?
Probably.
Sorry.
Yeah, we normally start things at prices we're happy with, and we only tend to do it on a very small amount. Currently, it's about 1% of our inventory. So
it's not a great deal.
Yeah, we choose the items. It really does depend on the item. I think we're like getting a feel for what we like what we're happy to risk on auction. Okay.
And it's generally, we always kind of start out at the price.
Carpfishing asks, how's our listing been this week? Any improvement on last week?
A lot better.
A lot better. Yeah.
We spoke about this previously, that we're kind of setting it may not be a higher target, but we're setting that we've got to do a minimum of 20 listings a day. Yeah. And generally we're reaching that or going over that, because both of us listing, we're actually being a lot more productive. Yeah. To the point where we're running out of stock to list. Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, it means that I've got stuff that I need to kind of just bits that you just avoid. Well, we're starting to go through the bits and pieces that we've put aside that either need an adapter or need batteries.
I did that. I finally ordered. I've had like some bits that I've been waiting to order, and I finally ordered them this week. I was really happy with that. We've got a question here from Joe Berman. Do you take offers or not on offers? Like, I'm guessing you mean on eBay. So if you do, yes, we do take offers on eBay.
We do. I'm coming around to it more and more. I mean, I've started putting on best offer on a lot more things, and I've set myself a limit. Like, I won't on items under £15, I think it is, I won't put a best offer on.
Yeah.
But anything else, I'm kind of pretty happy. But now I'm actually starting to think of, actually, I might actually put best offer on, just so that you can get that activity.
Yeah. Just another thing we wanted to talk about. Do you have much stuff listed currently? Unlisted? Not really. No, not really. No. David Moore says, my dad once found a bag of Coke in a CD he bought in Virgin. A bag of Coke. Wow.
Oh.
Okay, that's quite an interesting story. Well, that's because Mathwin says, have you ever found anything in pockets of things you picked up? My mum found a bag of weed in the jacket she bought. We've found money once.
Yeah.
Like £1 or something, was it?
Yeah, it was a couple of pounds, actually.
Couple of pounds.
The jacket we bought at the boot sale for like £3 or something, and then there was a couple of pounds in it. So, yeah.
Oh gosh, I just had a question here.
You're gonna do that now?
Oh wow, yeah. No, I'm gonna have to sort this out. Yeah, okay.
We can do it in a minute.
Yeah, we'll do it in a bit.
It can't hurt.
No, it can't hurt to wait. You're right. You're right. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, I mean, one thing that also we wanted to talk about actually was returns again. We've had, this is just something to put out. This is something that you deal on a regular basis, or these are things that you'll have to kind of cope with on a regular basis. It's quite annoying, but you have to fend it off. Now, we all have to do with returns, and we know that. But sometimes I find when you take an offer, you've got to be careful. If you take something that's way too, if you take like a low ball offer, you're going to attract sometimes the wrong kind of buyer. We recently put up a board game we've had for ages. It was a Harry Potter game. It wasn't like the Diagon Alley one. That's the valuable one. It was another one which isn't as valuable.
It wasn't complete.
Yeah.
There was a tear to one of the boards, because it's like a 3D board game, wasn't it? So
yeah.
One of the floors, there was a tear to it and a bit of a crease. And we mentioned all of this in the listing, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Do you want to carry on?
Yeah, no, you carry on. You tell them.
Yeah. So we received an offer on the game, didn't we?
We did.
And it was quite a low offer, but we were sick and tired of seeing it around, so we were like, yeah, let's just accept it and get it gone.
We just wanted it gone. Yeah. So we accepted.
Because the person in the message said, "Oh, because
it's missing piece." And
there's this fault. Will you accept?
Will you accept a lower offer?
And we were like,
sure,
yeah,
that makes sense. And we actually had put that it was missing pieces in the title, right? Yeah. Now get this, we accept this lowish offer because we just wanted rid of this thing, right? So we accept this lowish offer, and when they receive the item, we get a message saying, oh, because it's missing things and there's corrosion in the battery compartment, it doesn't work. And we tested it, it works. There was a bit of corrosion in the battery compartment, but you know, it really kind of did. It works. We tested it out before, and we mentioned in the title that this thing was missing pieces. So we replied back saying, you know, like, we know there's missing pieces that was mentioned in the title. We did test it before sending it out. We're sorry that it hasn't worked for you. Please return the item and we will give you a refund. Because we thought we just smelt something fishy, you know, and we haven't touched wood so far, and we paid the label, etc. So we paid the label. So all they've got to do is send it back. They don't have to do anything. I
mean, it's still early days.
It's still early days, but I've got a feeling. I've just got a feeling we're not going to hear from them again. I think that it's.
And to be fair, we don't always do this with people. Sometimes, if it's not worth sending back to us, then we won't. But because we actually stated all of those faults with it in the listing, it's kind of like, you know, we just like, you know what, we'd rather have it back than, you know.
Exactly. So not because we didn't really want it back. I mean, the sensible thing to have done probably would have been just to like accept the hit. Normally, I would have just said, because the value is so low and the return shipping, you know, actually return shipping turned out to be cheaper than it was for me to send it out. So that kind of made more sense to say, okay, return the item, because I reckon I'd probably get more for it in parts or whatever. But I just don't like that you know, taking getting a good price, getting an offer because it's missing pieces, and then to try to use that as a reason to get a return. I just didn't like that.
It just didn't sit right with us, did it?
So it just didn't, something didn't sit right. So it's always worth thinking about. Everyone's saying, don't mind, deal with it. We have dealt with it. That's why I've been a bit thingy. It wasn't a sale. It was something silly. No, it was actually someone helping me out. So it was something silly I'd done. Joe says he's sold a Zumba fitness pack. Good sale there, a nice little bit of profit. Lisa says, I'm always very thorough to clearly state and clearly photograph any faults. It's the best way. You should always, when you're listing something.
I mean, if anything, we kind of overstate the faults.
We do. We've got a habit where we like to kind of overstate things. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it works well in the feedback kind of way because people are really happy with
and they often
when they get it.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just something I wanted to talk about because it was like,
Yeah, Darren's actually put in a good point.
Unfortunately, some people don't bother reading titles. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we've had that, haven't we? We've had it in a title before that it's incomplete, it's faulty.
And then people are like, it's incomplete. It's like, well, that's what
we put it in the title, we put it in the description. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, the mind does boggle, but you have to deal with it. Richard Payne says, I had the same issue, sold a game without serial number, disc only, mentioned it 3 times in the listing. Buyer messaged me saying it had no code, said return it and never heard back. You can't avoid the numpties and scammers all the time. Nick, that's completely right. You can't, but sometimes you just feel like pulling the odd one out, like a random quality control check, because you know what, I don't want to feel like I'm just handing out returns for no reason. You don't want to do that. Yes, it makes business sense in a lot of cases to just return an item sometimes, but and maybe not get it sent back if it's really low. I mean,
we don't always do it when it's a low item normally.
But can I just say that's another thing about low value items. You're only going to be worried about that as a low value item. If you've got a high value item and the customer has an issue with it, you're going to want them to send it back, aren't you? Like, you just thought you were not going to say, I just keep it or throw it away and I'll refund you. It's only this dilemma of shall I refund the customer and allow them to keep the item? It tends to only happen on the lower end of the scale, doesn't it? Because if you've sold something for 50, 60, 70 quid or whatever, ideally I think your chances are you're going to want them to ship it back to you, even if it's faulty, just so you can make sure it's faulty, make sure it's not user error, or whatever. So it's just something that,
and I agree with what Nick's put in there as well. Totally
agree. Make them jump through hoops. If I even suspect it. Exactly.
Because we don't do it with everybody.
No,
we really don't.
No. It depends.
Time, really.
It exactly. It's something you have to think about. Jason Entwistle says he had a weird one today. Offer of 15 on a £27 item. I counted with 20, then the buyer recounted with 22. That is some really good negotiating there, Jason. You should be working on Wall Street. I think that is a fantastic bit of negotiation.
He obviously thought you went too low.
No, but he offered 15 to start with, and he ended up 8. That is some good negotiating, definitely. That is a pretty good jump up there. Well done there, mate. A Retro Media Hunter says, on Amazon I've had items sent back where people have bought my DVD box set that was mint, and they've asked Amazon for a refund and they sent back a tatty version of that set and kept mine. Again, I mean, it's a cost of business, unfortunately. It's one of those things. Raz asks a question: if you don't list regularly on eBay, do you lose ranking for sales? There's no 100% way of knowing. However, some people will swear by the fact that yes, you've got to have regular activity on your account.
Whether that's listing, whether that's sales going through, whether that's people making offers.
I mean, even if you're someone that sits down and binge lists, I would personally say, if you're the kind of person that can sit down and do 50 listings in a day, rather than uploading all 50 in one day, I would personally spread 10 out over 5 days rather than just do 50 in one day, because I've got a feeling that maybe it's just placebo. Maybe it's. I mean, I've obviously watched a lot of other YouTube resellers and talked to a lot of experienced resellers, and I think they do like activity, some kind of activity. So you might not have to list every day necessarily. Maybe it's adjustments to photos, prices, titles, but listing's one of the easiest and most productive things because you're putting new stuff on as well, aren't you?
Exactly.
So, you know, I would say that. What was that sound? Was it?
It was, yeah, but it's only a little one, I think.
Well, that's still.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Okay.
No idea what it is.
Well, I'll have a look at it later. Well, actually, we should have a look at it now. Quickly have a look. Ah, okay. One of those cosmetics things. Yeah.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Oh, finally.
There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Just a couple of questions. Let's have a look. This is what comments we've had come in. Yeah, people swapping stuff sucks. Darren Smart has been very lucky. He says not a single return. That's amazing. Old Haggis Hunter is in from Scotland. Nick says he needs to phone FBA for a refund tomorrow. They randomly refunded a £30 Nerf gun without a return. Yeah, I hate when they do things like that. They've got the kind of ability to make deals with customers, don't they? Or like to keep them happy, and they do it on your behalf. Reseller Network says, I personally find if I list on a regular basis, I do better sales. Listing seems to put you higher on eBay searches.
Yeah,
that's the feeling we get.
Yeah, because I like at least
and the older stuff starts selling.
Yeah, listing every day. I do like that. One
makes your store more visible.
Makes me feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But two, I do think it does affect your your listing where it comes up in your search. Definitely.
It is a bit chilly at the moment. Let's have a look. Joe Berman says, loved your video, Nick, about Amazon, like refund being passed from person to person and eventually asking for the money back, and you got it. Yeah, you've got to be persistent with FBA. Definitely, you've got to have. I mean,
we had to ask for one of our CD players back, didn't we?
Well, that's the thing. To be honest, when it's really easy to knock Amazon, but when I think about our dealings we've had with them, we've always come off well from it, haven't we? Yeah. We've never had an issue. I mean, we've had like a CD player returned to us because it turns out it was a bit sketchy.
Yeah, we got it back. We were like,
actually, it's a bit sketchy. Yeah. But it does work. It is fair. Yeah. There are going to be glitches in anything that's so automated and works on such a big scale. But yeah, definitely. Paul Mosley says, listing definitely need regular activity on the account to be shown high on search. Definitely. Let's have a look. Jonathan says we should do an FBA talk next Hat Chat. Yeah, we probably need a guest that is into FBA because I'm not into FBA as much as Nick at all. Let's have a look. People always more likely to be rational over a phone. Trump is being given crystal and some framed pictures. How much on eBay? I bet he's thinking. I don't know. Okay, no, we're staying away from politics completely. But yeah, it's been nice to talk to you guys, and we really looked forward to the chat today. Actually, like I said, because it's been a tough week. Reseller Network asked, did Rebecca sell those buttons?
I've got some to still sort through, so to still list.
Yeah.
I have had glass buttons sell.
She's had glass buttons.
Yeah, but the rest of them are still listed.
They're a slow item, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah, they're a slow item. They're more something that you like.
I love buttons.
Yeah, she loves buttons. So she would just buy lots and lots of buttons. I don't know why, but there we go. Let's have a look. Wow, we're on 98 people live. Get Down the Gym has joined us as well. Stephen Moore says smash the glass button.
Do you know what? I was really happy with the price that I got with the glass buttons. That's the only reason
how much did you sell them for?
I sold it for £7.49.
Two? Was it like two of them?
Yeah,
she sold 2 buttons for £7.99 plus postage.
And I got positive feedback. So
they were well happy with their buttons. So it's brilliant. I've it was just really good to chat to you guys today. I mean, we've pretty much wrapped it up now, I think.
Yeah, we're coming to the end.
We're coming to the end. Joe Berman asked, anyone else watch Bonafide Hustler? Yes, we actually had him on the show, on Nick's chat show on a Tuesday, which you guys obviously will hopefully watch as well. We had him on that show, and he was awesome. Yeah, Bonafide Hustler was amazing. His attitude is just brilliant. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
His and Rakins as well.
His and Steve Rakins, definitely. Stephen Moore says you don't need buttons on a Flash's Rain Mac. Paul Mosley says, do you record delivery, ensure all the stuff you send to GSP? Paul Mosley, good question. We send most stuff by Hermes anyway, which is tracked. We don't pay for signed for. If it's a large letter item, we'll just send it regular post. We don't need to. If it's valuable, we'll send it tracked anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like if it because anything that's above a large letter size, we send by Hermes, so it gets tracked. Fabian Kings, David McGregor says, just remember how much you motivate other people. I've been to you both for advice, and in reality, your strangers just shows the impact you have on people. That's so lovely of you to say, David. Chris Scott says, great chat. Yeah, really appreciate everyone popping in today. We are like wrapping it up a bit now. Nick says he doesn't send any GSP Argos or Argos orders recorded. Jonathan says, love your Nick, love your channel, man. Let's have a look. Yeah, some lovely comments. Really appreciate it. We're not down. We had a rough week, but we are good. Everyone goes through it. So and having, like I said, we really looked forward to this chat. We knew it would perk us up, and it has. We're buzzing. We're going to do some more work this weekend. We're going to do some more sourcing. And get some more stuff. Sourcing, exactly. Oh wow, we've actually got over 100 people in the chat. That's insane. That is insane. I can't believe it. That's crazy. Smash the like button, guys. You know, you got to smash it now, because that is amazing. That's like I think that's the first time we've broken 100 people. So. Yeah, that is amazing. So really happy. We're gonna find some more stuff to sell tomorrow. Jay Fear says, remember, so you do things.
Do you know what? I was thinking about getting that on a t-shirt for him, so they can walk around and say that
I do though.
And the thing is, it's the way you say it. It makes me laugh. It's I do things.
I do things. Okay. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, guys.
David McGrath says Royal Rumble next week. I'm gonna be up watching that, definitely. I haven't seen it for ages, so I'm gonna. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. You guys are just brilliant. Thank you for your support. Cheers. And I've forgotten how to switch off the thing.